We're deep, going deep, Chad and JT.
Take that booty and put it on the glass. What's up, Stokers of Stoke Nation? This is Chad coming in with the Going Deep with Chad and JT podcast. I'm here with my compadre, Sean Thomas. What up?
Boom clap, Stokers.
And we are here live downtown in the Stewed. Stoked to be back, dude. Crushed on the solo pod.
Oh, dude, thank you, man.
How was the experience?
It was fun, dude. You know what? I got to give a lot of credit to Jake on the sticks. I think he gently guided me through, made sure we landed safely. It was like being up in the air and like, you know, it's your first time flying a plane, but you got an experienced co-pilot. So you're like, if anything gets sideways, he can stick and rudder me back home.
That's sick. Was it, did you feel like comfortable? Because I know the chat was up. Was it comfortable with the Stokers? Just you were being like a cocoon of Stoke.
Do you know what? They were also pilots on the plane.
Yeah.
We were all driving the plane.
Sick.
Which is how most planes should be driven.
That is how most planes should be driven. Dude, you ever think about like being on a plane? And for me, I never understand why people leave the window down when we're landing. I'm like, don't you want to see like the amount of trust? People are like, I don't even care what's going on outside. The amount of trust that they have in the pilot to just land it. I like to see how close we're getting, you know. If there's anything in the way, maybe I could give him a shout out. Like, hey, dude, I think there's a truck up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you want to be helpful. And the trust is insane. Like there's 200,000 planes in the air at any given second, which means there's 400,000 good pilots.
Yeah.
I don't know any other job where there's that many competent professionals.
Yeah. Dude, pilots, they deserve a lot of appreciation. I mean, it's got to be, especially the first time, it's got to be a scary job.
I think we should all say thank you at the end of the flight.
Yeah. At my flight yesterday, they applauded.
Really?
Yeah. And you know what? I regret doing this, but I snickered. So I was like, you guys clap. But then thinking about it, I'm like, nah, dude, he stuck that landing. I should have gone up and given him. I do say thank you when I'm getting off, but I should have like given him a dap or like really I should have cheered.
I mean, I think for pilots, for sure, you should always clap after a flight because you didn't die.
Yeah. And
you were 30,000 feet in the air. So like in most other instances, you would have perished. And even taking that farther, like I think we should, even taking that further, that's the correct word, because farther relates to distance and further relates to degree.
Wow.
We should clap for everything.
Yeah.
Like if someone brings you your order right at lunch, bravo.
Totally. That's one thing too. I've been like, I've noticed parts of my life where I've acted too cool. Like everyone on the plane clapped, I snickered. I'm like, you like act like you've been here before. But I don't think that's a good way. I think it's like you try to do that because you want to impress people around you. You know, for me, I had like there's like a 22-year-old from Costa Mesa, and I wanted him to think I was cool.
Right.
So I was like, can you believe this? But then looking back on it, I'm like, no, I should have been like the loudest one cheering. I think we should all, in every moment, even if it's cheesy or cringy, you know, cheer after a movie in the movie theater. After my yoga class, I start the clap. Plane lands, woo! You know, old lady crosses the street. You go, Miss Bernice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? Why do we have to be too cool?
I don't know.
We should be just amped on everything because it's all sick.
It'd be a better life and it'd be energy I want to be around.
Totally. Like acting too cool, what does that do for you?
Nothing.
And I think it's an instinct that I have from like my teenage years of like, if I act cool, then I'll get laid. But I've noticed this too around my fiance. If I'm acting too cool, like she comes home and I'm like, what's up? That's not going to get me a makeout.
No.
But if I come home, I'm like, what's up, babe? You look hot. You know, spank her. And I'm like, I made you broccoli. I don't know why I'd make, you know.
That sounds great.
It's antioxidants.
Yeah.
And like,
it's green food.
That is green. Yeah. That's cool.
That is really cool.
That's cooler than being cool.
Absolutely.
You're better at that than I am.
Oh, that's crazy, dude. Thanks for saying that. I was going to say you just are cool too.
Oh, dude, preach.
So I don't even know if you were acting. You might have just been like, yeah, planes are sick and I'm happy, but like, you know, I'm mellow about it.
Dude, that actually, now that you describe it that way, that is pretty sick.
But I like the version you're saying, because yeah, if your girl comes home and you're like, what up?
Yeah.
It's like, why are you being mysterious to your wife?
Exactly.
And then she thinks, she doesn't even know you're trying to be mysterious. She's like, honey, is something wrong? And then I get in my head and I'm like, maybe something is wrong. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm frustrated. It's like, well, look where Gotten Cool got you.
Totally. But I think you're able to like express that passion more. So I'm trying to work on that. I think it's like when a good song comes on, you're freer to dance.
Yeah, I'm prone to emotional spikes. So I'll be like, this is the best song of all time. And they're like, you said this to the last 6 songs. I'm like, those were also very good songs.
Dude, that's a great way to live.
Yeah, this is the best.
Yeah.
This is the best.
Yeah. Sick.
We missed you though, man.
Oh, thanks, man.
It was tough having you gone for so long.
You know what's so weird is that I was gone for 17 days. When you get back, it feels like you haven't left. But then but it's like a weird time warp thing. You know, the time travel, it really messes with you.
Being 9 hours ahead.
And then you're just in Scotland and you're like, wow, that's like halfway across the world. And then you just come back to California and it's such a weird feeling. But it's good to be back. Dude, it's awesome over there, man.
Yeah, tell us about it.
Well, first off, shout out Edinburgh. Scottish people are so nice, so sweet.
How do you say it?
Edinburgh. I got roasted. I would say Edinburgh. That's why I said Edinburgh.
That's how it's spelled.
Yeah, right. And I put up a video first day I got there. You know, classic Yank move. I was like, "What's up, guys? I'm in Edinburgh. I'm stoked." And everyone's like, "It's Edinburgh, for fuck's sake!" Like that was the FFS is for fuck's sake, it's Edinburgh. And people got so mad at me, like, we're gonna come give you the Glasgow kiss, which is a headbutt. So I was worried. I was like, did I piss off all of Scotland? Like first day here, I'm just gonna get headbutted by a bunch of soccer hooligans.
Bro, that's a crazy amount of headbutts to throw to have a nickname for it.
Right?
Yeah, like I don't think we have a phrase for any kind of physical assault.
Dude, Californians need more pride. We just let people shit on California day in, day out, and we just take it. They're like, your state sucks now, you suck now. And we're like, yeah. We just take it, you know? But you go anywhere else, you go to Scotland, you go to Boston, you say the name of the city wrong, they will light you up, you know? And it's like, and people are like, oh, you ate haggis? Haggis is a Scottish delicious. You ate haggis. You ate haggis there. You don't eat haggis there. You ate haggis there. That's not even the right haggis. You know, I don't go up to people and be like, dude, you got poke bowl there? No, you get poke bowls there. And say it correctly. It's poke. You know? I guess poke's Hawaiian. Whatever. But it's like, you know, and
no
they
disrespect.
They're passionate.
Not actually, but you know what I mean.
They're passionate about their history. They're like, you got the history wrong. And I'm like, dude, you got the mission name wrong. We don't have any of that.
Yeah. Why do we let people just trash California?
We just take it. Too chill.
We're too chill.
Which is admirable. But like, I want people starting fights over the Rams.
We got to give them a sunset slam.
That's what we got to start doing.
Yeah.
We got, I think we need to start Californian pride, where we start anyone who disrespects California, we beat their ass. Anyone who gets the history of California wrong, does the wrong pronunciation of a name, of a city in California. Like, I went to San Jose. It's San Jose, and I'm going to kick your ass now.
Yeah.
You know, we need that here. We need people to, you know, we need to get people like anything, something cool happens in California. You know, let's say we have an earthquake and we're like, fuck you, earthquake. We're Californian proud. You know what I mean?
Yes.
We need Californian pride, because that's one thing I admire about the Scottish people. They're so proud. Like you know, I call them Anglo-Saxophone. They're like, we're Celtic, for fuck's sake. That's the whole point. You fucking Yank. do my accent.
It's good.
You fucking yank. It's for fuck's sake. And, you know, if someone was like, you guys are Californicans. It's like, Californian, you fuck.
So were the Scots like, were they on your ass a lot?
Just online.
Oh, in person, what were they like?
Very lovely. Yeah. So,
So they might not even been in Scotland.
dude, yeah, good
Yeah,
call.
that was people from California leaving those messages.
Yeah, dude.
It's like, chill slow, bro.
Yeah, it's like people, maybe people not even from Scotland. They're probably from like Essex down near London. And they're like, for fuck's sake. I'm like, dude, you're not even from there.
Right. How were the audiences different in Scotland versus the US?
Okay, so I learned, you know, Americans are very loud. And the promoter there, he's like, you're learning that Americans are loud, huh? Because I could tell every time. And don't get me wrong, I love it.
Good for a show.
Yeah, good for a show. When I had Americans in the audience, I was psyched because they're so loud and they just they bring the energy. Are they more prone to disruption? Yes, but they're much louder. UK audiences are more polite. They will laugh. It's not as loud. They're more kind of in tune. They're listening. They're engaged. And they like nuance way more than broad comedy. That's something I learned. Like if you do something broad comedically, then Americans are much more prone to laugh. If you self-deprecation and nuance, that's what UK audiences love. So they would laugh at different things.
Interesting.
In my show. Yeah. And but it's always
More sophisticated.
more sophisticated.
No disrespect to us.
Yeah, no, the promoter's like, he's like, no offense, mate, but you guys laugh at everything.
They're always snobby about that stuff.
I know.
I don't even
mean,
know them, but I just know they're snobby about it.
Yeah, and so, but getting a UK audience to laugh feels really good because you're like, you know, they don't give it up as easily, so you really gotta, you know, you gotta bring it, and I think the writing has to be sharp.
And did the Stoke translate?
It did, yeah. I was worried about that. I was like, well, you know, will they get the references? They got the references. They got the language. I think they're great audiences. They're so everyone's so sweet. I think people are really appreciative of, you know, when you go over there, when you learn about the country and all that kind of stuff. So it was a lot of fun, man. It's 15 shows. It's a marathon.
Every night,
15 shows in a row. That's not even a full run at the Fringe. So for the Stokers, you know, the Fringe is the third largest, basically, gathering in the world. You have the Olympics, the World Cup, the Fringe.
Whoa.
Yeah, and it's 3,500 shows. Everyone descends upon Edinburgh, so there's shows everywhere. There's street performers. It's overwhelming. You're like, there's so many shows, I don't know which show to see. And that was also stressful because you're like, I got to get people to my show.
So are you like barking? Like, how do you get people to come to this show?
You know, luckily social media did a lot of the heavy lifting, but I was also handing out flyers, and you got to be shameless. You know, like I was out there barking, handing out flyers.
I love
trying
it.
to get people to come to the show. Yeah,
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's
Hustling, dude.
it was great. You know, my favorite thing is you go there and you just have a mission every day: sell tickets, crush the show. Your day is completely simplified. It's stressful, it's exhausting, but but
you love a mission.
I love a mission. I was so happy because you're just so focused. You're like, I just have 2 things to do today. That's all I got to do. That's all I can focus on. And, you know, and it's like, how are tickets looking today? Okay, I'm going to go out, I'm going to go hand out flyers. I'm going to go make a video to promote the show. And then you do the show, crush the show. You do 15 shows in a row. It just sharpens you so much. I'd love to go back. It's,
Are you going to go back, you think?
I would love to. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Even for like
a week or something.
Yeah. If I could do that, I mean, or even if I was, you know, this show's pretty complete in terms of development. You you know, it's always, you can always improve, but like bringing a new show over there and like really shaping it over a month. The only thing is it's tough to leave the lady and the dog.
Yeah.
But
you know, it's your mission.
Yeah. If you really want to take a show to the next level, you bring it over there and you should work it every night. You have tons of different audiences. What was another thing? Yeah, but some people do, you know, 29, 30 shows. It's insane.
Well, did you have any buddies from out here? Like, was it anybody we know out there?
Joe Sib. Do you know Joe Sib?
Mm-hmm.
He lives in San Diego. He's very Californian. He had a great show. If you're in Edinburgh, check out his show. It's called Aggie. It's about his mom. It's a very heartwarming show. He's great. Ben Hurwitz. Do you remember Ben Hurwitz?
Yeah.
He was doing a show and he's running an hour in this bar, and you know, he's in there, he's in the trenches. He's a great guy, sweet guy. He has 2 kids now.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
He's always a great guy. Strong too.
Yeah. Saw his show. He's great. Rick Glassman was there. I didn't see him, but he was there for like 4 or 5 shows.
Was he doing stand-up or was he doing
I think he's doing stand-up.
Cool.
Yeah.
I feel like they would really dig him.
I think he did. Yeah. Sounded like they did. And then Rick Glassman was there. I met this comic, Yvette Segan. She's from New York. But yeah, I'm trying to think of who else was there. Gianmarco. I think he was there last year.
Did you see other people's shows?
I saw Alex Edelman's show.
Oh, how was it?
And he's pretty incredible.
It was.
Yeah. He's one of those shows where you watch it and you're like, damn, this is good.
Right.
You know,
This is why you're like a big deal.
Yeah. It's just Jeffrey Asmus was there. I didn't see his show.
How many?
A lot of hot acts though.
Yeah, and then the Stamptown guy. I think Absol's producing his like Netflix special.
Oh, nice.
He has been doing the show there since like 2017. So I think it's a variety show. It was during my show, so I couldn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
But he's been doing sold out runs at Fringe for years. So that's kind of a cult hit there. And then, Kristen Shaw is there. I didn't see her show.
Did you see Amanda Knox's? Hers was the one that was getting the most. It was annoying me.
I wanted to go see it. It was sold out though.
Because it was like, it felt a little, I talked about this on the last pod too, but like you worked so hard on yours.
Yeah.
And you really had to like dig deep to like find the story and to craft it. And obviously it's built off your life, but you're pulling from like philosophy you've read and like you're talking about like kind of wellness and betterment culture and all these things.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, this lucky lady just got falsely imprisoned for murder and that's doing all the work for her.
I know, it was such an interesting it was so interesting to see articles too, like all the backlash.
Oh, people weren't happy about it?
There's a petition, like 65,000 people signed the petition for her to not perform or something.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the reasoning?
I didn't look into the details, but I think maybe some people, they just don't like her, that maybe they, you know, think she's guilty still. I don't know.
Oh, wow. I'll definitely read more about that. That's a curious thing.
There was a big, I think maybe look up petition. Oh, maybe it's disrespectful to
the people who did die.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who else. So there are a lot of interesting acts there though too. Like I saw this show Police Cops, which is this 3 London guys, actors. They've been doing this show since 2016. And it's like a, you know, basically like a 60-minute, you know, it's a plays on like detective procedural tropes. And they all play like, you know, probably like, actually one guy plays the main character and then the other 2 guys play like 5 other characters, but it's just really creative with the way they, you know, it's kind of a minimal set and they just keep changing things and it's really well done. And it's just cool seeing people like that who are just super creative. They just, you know, it's like a 3-man theater troupe. And they, you know, they were doing, one guy there, the main guy, He was doing 3 shows there. 3 different
shows
for a whole run.
Wow.
And
That's awesome. Like just these people who are doing like really interesting, different stuff just because they love art.
It's very much like that vibe of like people who are doing it for the sake of the art.
Yeah, they're like, I believe in this art form and I have to say something unique and tell a story in a way that's new.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that's
pretty inspiring.
It was inspiring. They were cool. I saw a couple dramas. And it's all like the Fringe is very like minimal set design. Black box theaters because there's so many venues.
Is it all on like one street or how does
it's just all throughout the town. It's like they just take over Edinburgh.
Does it feel like when we were at Moon Tower for Austin or like way bigger and more
same vibe but bigger?
Right.
But same vibe but it's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Like every shop is doing a show.
Yeah, and it's all super creative. There's dramas, there's art, there's comedy, there's stand up. So there's a lot of one man, one woman shows. There's experiences you can do.
How was the drama?
It's good. I saw one. It was about a slave who escaped from his master. He escaped in like
It's a real story.
A real story. But he
like a modern slave.
No, yeah.
Oh no, I was being serious.
From the 1800s. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He was
retelling a story.
Retelling a story about a slave who escaped in like a box, like a freight.
Whoa.
Box, whatever.
Stole my idea.
You know what the thing is, like some of these shows, they're just very monologue heavy, and it's just them. Maybe 1 or 2 people doing.
You lost
monologue.
Focus.
You lose focus in
100%. Yeah.
But then it's like very much like it's an artsy crowd. So, at the end of the show, all these people stand up there, and I'm back there. I'm like, I don't know what just happened.
Well, I mean, like, I remember when I found out like what a monologist was, and I was like, there's this guy Spalding Gray who was like the best at it, and like Jonathan Demme made a movie out of it, and then Steven Soderbergh later did one.
Yeah.
And I was like, it felt cooler to me than stand up because it was like artsier, and I was like into that.
Yeah.
And then I watched it, and I was like, this is some of the most boring shit I've ever seen. And he's so talented. He's brilliant. But like, if you're used to like a movie or something like that, when you watch it, you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
I need movement. I need people.
It's very much that where it's the set is like 2 crates and like a rope. And they're just talking for 60 minutes. Yeah. And you're like, you lost me in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to think of what else.
But I do respect it.
Dude, saw the castle. The castle's awesome. And you know what's called Castle Rock? Game of Thrones.
Oh, is that where they got it from?
I think so because, dude, you see what the castle is built on? Look what the castle's built on.
Oh my gosh.
Look how secure that is. It's literally on top of a rock. Like it's a volcanic rock. You're not breaking into that.
So who lives in the castle? Was it just the king and his court, and then like all his people lived around Edinburgh?
Yeah. And then Mary Queen of Scots lived there. And then I think that eventually it was like the main castle of Scotland. Then they moved to a different palace or something like that.
Right.
And it became kind of a military quarters.
It's unbelievable. So green. Was it pretty?
It's pretty, yeah. They like don't really have summer.
That's dreary.
It's like 60s, yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
How was the food?
Pretty good. It was classic UK food. I mean, you eat it and you're like,
do a slow close up on Chad's face right here.
Yeah, the food's
it's good. It was good.
Yeah,
it was good.
It was good.
I love it.
But yeah, it was cool. And what's cool about Europe too is you take public transportation. It's so nice there. Take the bus, double-decker bus.
It's great.
Everyone's biking. driving on the wrong side of the road.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I'm fighting for that here. We need more transportation. LA sucks.
You think we should drive on the left-hand side?
I was talking about public transport, but yes, I do think we should drive on the other side of the road.
Dude, we should get double-decker buses.
And we should do the metric system.
Yeah.
And have trolleys.
I'm trying to think of anything else. But yeah, it was a really cool experience. So...
What was the strongest reaction you got from an audience member?
Strongest reaction. I mean, there was there was one guy, you know, it's all about getting you stoked, right? And there was one guy in the front. He was like really he's like I'm feeling it. I'm feeling stoked. Yeah, they were great.
During the show?
Yeah, and then there was this one Scottish girl who was fucked up, and you know when people get so drunk that they like forget that they're in a show, so they'll start asking questions about where they are, and they're like, "Where are we?" And like, there's a part where I have boobs, you know, I talk about boobs. She's like, "What about the female members of the audience?" And I'm like, "Well, just wait. I'm gonna show you a wiener in like 2 minutes."
Yeah.
And then she show her the wiener, and she's like, I'm like, "Do you like it?" She's like, "Yes." But dude, yeah, the people when they get so drunk, they're like, kind of like, "Where am I?" And you're like, dude, and you know, the venue is like 74 cap. So, and it's, you know, that's what most of the venues are like, you know, you're
intimate.
It's like this room.
Yeah.
And so I, you know, first show I come out on stage and it's literally a crate. Like it's like a shipping container with chairs all around. And they like went up, but like, you know, you come out and the people are right there. You can see, you know, most time when we do shows, you can see the people in the front row and it's just black.
Yeah.
You can see everyone's face. Every single person. They're on top of you.
That must have been weird at first.
It's like this.
Yeah.
The show's like this. It's like, hey, I'm coming to give you a show right now, which adds to the difficulty factor because it's like if someone's not liking the show, they're like yawning or whatever, they're yawning. It's like you yawning in front of me, you know. And so when on my first show, I first come out and they're like right there, and I was like, holy shit, I have to do 15 of these. But then I sunk into it and it actually helped a ton, you know. It helped. It just sharpened the performance so much more because it's like you engage with everyone.
You'll like when you do a bigger room back here, you'll be stronger now.
Yeah, because it's like I can't even see everyone, but here it's like you're. I'd like learned to connect with every single person.
That's awesome.
And but they're like on top of you. And I first come out, and the promoter was, you know, he was like very. I think a lot of people go to Fringe and they have a bad time because it's hard work because you got to sell tickets. Sometimes you're doing shows. I was lucky enough not to have shows with like single digit people, but that's like very common. You come out, there's 5 people in the audience. You still got to give a show.
Of course.
You still got to do an hour. So
show must go on.
Yeah, I think probably my lowest one was maybe like 25.
You sold out a huge chunk of them, right?
Yeah, which was cool. Yeah, it's all that was one thing that's cool is like the mission. It's like you build momentum. You have good shows.
People are talking
you
about
generate buzz, and it's
you got
like
good reviews. You got Scottish women were giving you good reviews.
Dude, that was I was so nervous about that, you know, because it's like I don't know, you know, it's like we had our Netflix show reviewed, but it's like
it's not as intimate.
Not as intimate. I've never had like stage work reviewed, and so that was a huge relief because I just didn't know what to expect, and so that got some good reviews. So that was my mission there, was to like sell out shows and get good reviews to it's kind of inside baseball, but to kind of like show that this is something legit.
Yeah,
you know. So that was kind of mission accomplished.
How many reviews did you end up getting?
I think I got 5.
They're all positive.
5 stars.
You got all 5 stars?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Although I should mention this one college kid.
I read a couple of them.
Yeah, this one college kid from Boom Radio, Scotland. He gave me 4 stars. That's
still good though, right?
It's still good, yeah. But I don't really count it because he was so funny because he looked like Sam from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And him during the show, he was just like a college kid. And he was just during the show, he was like this the whole time. And he's like, I'm coming to the show. But then this in the review, he's like, the show got me stoked. And that's the whole point. But yeah, it was so that was really fun. Dude, he looked exactly like that.
Maybe it was
He was so Scottish. It was so funny.
That's what a Scottish person looks like.
I think that's what you think a Scottish person looks like.
Right.
Guys, are you in the midst of the moment right now? Is your lady saying, hey, or is your partner saying, hey, it's time to bone? And you're looking down at your dink and you're thinking, dude, are you going to be called into action or not? And sometimes he doesn't want to enter the game. Sometimes he's like, dude, I'm in the penalty box and I can't even get out there. And you got to force him to do it. And that's when Blue Chew comes in. Because Blue Chew is the best thing to get your dink rock hard when you need it. When it's called into action. And you're like, dude, I need you to stand up and start humping. Okay? That's why Blue Chew's gold arousal boosting formula is perfect for you. Guys, if you want to boost arousal, boost blood flow, just boost your dink with oxytocin, apomorphine, sildenafil, and tadalafil.
Tadalasan.
Then hop on the Blue Chew train. It's better sex in a tablet. They combine these 4 ingredients that I just named. They're just going to boost your dink with all kinds of good feelings. It's going to be looking back up at you being like, dude, thank you, man. Thank you for listening to the Going Deep podcast, using the promo code Go Deep and getting Blue Chew to get me erect.
It's awesome.
It is.
Yeah, when I was single, I took that stuff all the time, and you do a way better job.
Dude, what better endorsement do you need than that?
No, it's true.
That came from the heart.
Yeah, because I'd have like boner issues because like I really can't get super bricked up unless I really know you and trust you, but it's tough to do out the gate. So I'd take one of them and I'd like be like really slamming.
That's awesome.
I just say brush your teeth too, though, because you don't want to have sex with someone for 4 hours with your breath bad.
Oh, good call. Yeah. Brush your teeth, take a Blue Chew, get a boner, bone. Guys, what better night can you have than that? There's a reason Blue Chew is the #1 brand for better sex. Experience it yourself at bluechew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners right now. When you buy 2 months of Blue Chew Gold, you get the 3rd free with promo code Go Deep. That's promo code Go Deep. You will also receive an additional 10% off plus free overnight shipping on your first order. Visit bluechew.com for more details and important safety information. We thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the pod and the bedroom.
Well, we're glad to have you back, man.
Oh, thanks, man. How was your time here?
Dude, it all kind of melded. I'm trying to think like over the last week. I mean, if we recorded like last Wednesday, I went to the Goose show at the Greek. That was awesome. My second time seeing like a jam band. I hope that's the correct terminology. And I get it. Like it's really about like chipping away at your stress and like you undo your posture. Like the way you dance to it is like you let the music kind of like turn you into almost like this noodle in the water, and you just like vibe and there's like zero hostility in your movement. And like when I like moseyed down to the pit, and when I was like flowing with everyone, I was like, oh, there's like an absence, like these long guitar riffs that are like, you think the song's gonna end and then it keeps going. That's like one of like, I think the hallmarks of that music is like each time it keeps going and like you let go of like your expectations, you're kind of letting go of your anxiety, and you're like, whoa, okay, so I'm just gonna like, at first I was like in my R&B kind of dance rhythm, and I was like, it's a little too aggressive, dude. Yeah. It's not about like bringing it. Like, it's not about like showing them who you are. It's about just like submitting.
Yeah.
And then once I submitted, and I was just like, okay, I feel where you're going. And it was a cool thing. It was nice to kind of like get why people love it so much. And I was like talking to a lot of people, and I was grooving with one dude, probably in his 50s, long hair, but like looks super virile, like he surfs a lot. And me and him were just like jamming and grooving. And then he left, and then a couple sat next to me, and we started talking, and they were super nice. And I went with our agent, who is like a big time agent. And, you know, he works with bigger clients. Like he just helps us when like we have like, I'm explaining to the audience, like a big project that we need help on. And he's the man. And I was stoned, so I was like being too honest.
Yeah.
And this guy's like, who you here with? I was like, my agent. And then he was like, who's your agent? Where does he work at? And I was like, oh shit. Yeah. And then he's like, and then he turned to talk to him. And I was like, dude, don't do that. And the guy was like, I'm going to talk to him. And I was like, I would prefer you didn't. But he tried to big time the agent.
Yeah.
And then, you know, he just wasn't having it. He was like, he's like, do you work for Vince Univesco? And then he goes, I don't work with him. He's my partner. It was so badass.
Yeah.
And then he was really friendly. The agent was really friendly afterwards and like made the guy feel warm. He's like, but Vince has great moves. Like I learned from him every day. And I was like, dude, this is why you like fucking do cool shit all the time. Cause you're like a fucking cool guy.
Yeah.
And then that couple left and they were really nice, but they came back like 15 minutes later and I saw him in the middle section and the guy goes like this, jacket. And I go, no, I don't need a jacket. I'm good.
Yeah.
And then he's like, no, I'm looking for my jacket. And then I looked around. I was like, oh yeah. And then actually our agent found it and gave it to him because he knows how to fix situations. But I was like, man, like how stoned do I have to be? And like, how much am I in my main character energy that I thought bro left the theater and then came back just to bring me a jacket because he thought I might be cold. But
That's
he was
sick though.
It is sick, right?
Yeah.
It's a nice thought to have, even though it's like very fantastical. And he was like a little bit older than me. So I was like, I guess I was like projecting a kind of paternity. Like I made him my dad for a little bit. And I was like, oh, thanks, Dad. No, but I'm good. I like being in a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was sick.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember we went to the Grateful Dead. Mm-hmm. That is like the dancing is something I'd never seen before. You're like, how?
Yeah, you want to be like, just no strength.
Yeah,
just like
you're like a pool noodle.
Exactly. Just
or like
flowy.
Or like not a pool. The things at the
air
in
guys.
front of like car dealerships.
Yep, I was a total air guy. I also like the Greek because it's over at 11.
That's nice.
So I can take my small dose of Seroquel at 10, and if I get home by midnight, I'm up at 7.
Yeah.
That's a good amount of sleep, and I can rock morning duty with the children.
That's great.
Then we went down to OC for a few days. That was awesome. Stayed at my mom's house because she's out of town and at her boyfriend's lake house in Missouri. So she lets us crash there and we like kind of cosplay as OC Elite, which is just so sick.
So sick.
So sick. We just like lounge on that. Man, it's funny too though, because like it's so gracious of my mom to let us stay at her nice ass house. And her house is always like in perfect condition, but this time there was like little issues. Like I was like, the fucking remote control's not working.
Yeah.
And I turned into a brat pretty quick where I'm like, Mom, fix your controller.
Yeah.
She's like, it just takes a while to turn on. I'm like, but we got that thing working and fired up the Paramount and watched some UFC fights. And then, on Sunday, dude, is my first time we went to Medieval Times.
Oh, I saw that. How was that?
Dude, it's amazing.
Yeah.
What a show.
Yeah.
I can't believe they can get that thing insured. So I guess it was invented by a dude from Spain who used to like have a big estate and people would come through and he would put on a show with his horses and all the cool stuff he had to show off. And then he was like, dude, I got to export this as a business. And now it serves like 100 million people across the globe.
How many Medieval Times are there?
I think there's in America, I'm not sure, but someone reached out from Scottsdale. I know the one in Buena Park and the one in Florida are like the OG ones. I don't know. Can we look that up? Maybe 100? Oh, there's only 10.
Wow.
Oh,
Scottsdale, Orlando.
Yeah, wow. Oh my, I thought so many more. It's an amazing show. The food's really good.
Yeah.
I do want to.
Do you get like turkey legs?
You get a big chicken leg, you get a soup,
Sick.
you get a piece of like garlic bread, and then they have like nice like funfetti cake at the end.
Sick.
Dude, I yelled at one of the knights, knight, the black and white one. He was giving out flowers to chicks.
Yeah.
And he didn't give one to my wife, who's beautiful.
Whoa.
And I said, give my wife a flower. And I was front row, and he didn't do it. He gave it to someone else, and I went, I'll fucking kill you.
Yeah.
And then my wife told me to chill. Which it was. I shouldn't have done that.
No, you're
He turned out to be
respecting
the
your
bad
honor.
guy in the story for whatever that's worth.
Yeah.
Um,
You should have jousted him.
I do want to do a bit though about. I went to Medieval Times on Sunday with my family. Great show. But I was upset by the casting. There was Black Knights, Mexican Knights. Can we stop? I mean, I think we all know that the knights of that era were proud Western whites. And so when I go to Medieval Times, I would prefer to have it be historically accurate. When I'm drinking my coffee, having my chicken and my funfetti cake, is it too much to ask that it be good whites serving the food? I mean, between this and the Odyssey, come on. We don't care about history at Medieval Times? They had black squires. I was like, that bro wasn't in 1350 England or wherever. I don't even know when it happened, but roughly. Charlemagne the God. I'm talking, this is about the OG Charlemagne. It's clear I'm kidding, right?
Yeah, but it's really funny.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just trying not to allow you.
It's very upsetting. Very, very upsetting. I just don't know why we're doing this. Like, I guess it's just okay to change history to suit DEI. What a joke. What, they're totally undermining a lot of what's most valuable. And I took my kids there so they could learn about our history, even though I'm, half Colombian and have some native roots there, but that's not the part of myself that I accentuate or even present publicly, honestly, or just present, period. That's not how they perceive me as a, strong Anglo. And I just thought that was a little bit lame, a little bit woke.
I'm going to write them a strongly worded email.
Yeah, it was bad. And just imagine, if you went to a Things Fall Apart kind of reenactment restaurant and they had a bunch of, white guys taking parts. That would be a big deal. People would be very upset.
Thank you for speaking on that.
Yeah, I was pissed. It ruined the whole thing for me. Once I saw that there was a black squire, I was like, this is not... Is that a black knight? I mean, just cast anybody, I guess. Why? Because he's good at riding a horse and he can swing a sword? Just total replacement.
What'd you think of Hamilton?
Oh, I was pissed the whole fucking time. They didn't rap. George Washington did not rap. It's also true that the crowd was heavily Latino, is very racially diverse, which is nice. I that's fine. They can appreciate our culture, but I just had that thought when I was there. I was like, because all the people were cranky about the Odyssey. It's like so stupid, because it's not like Troy was like accurate or had like, Greek people in it. But like, I was like, oh, how funny would it be if I was pissed at Medieval Times for, yeah. Yeah. And dude, the show's awesome. Like the jousting and like the sword fighting and shit. Dude, they fly a freaking falcon around.
Really?
Oh yeah. Like the guy takes out a falcon and swoops over your head.
That's awesome.
I'm so old now. I just kept thinking about, I was like, what does it cost to insure this place?
Yeah. Well, like the jousting, like how realistic is the jousting?
I mean, it's real. They put up a middle partition, like I forget what they call that, and the two horses run and they stick each other. And
Really?
I saw one guy, like it looked like he hurt his shoulder doing it. And it's like breakaway wood, so I don't think they're catching full impact, but like there's a lot of opportunity for disaster.
Yeah. It's so interesting.
My daughter was pretty freaked out, but then she got really into it.
That's cool.
And the guy we went with, we go with this other couple that I love hanging out with, and they have two kids who are great. And the other guy, the husband Tyler, is just the man. He's super fun to hang out with, and he brought the ruckus. He brought great energy.
That's cool.
And then we went to a kid's, this was tough. We went to a kid's birthday on Saturday before we went down to OC, and their birthday was, I think, a better setup than the one we had for our kids a week earlier.
Really?
Yeah, they kind of dusted us.
What'd they do?
They had a bounce house. They had a ball pit. It was at the park. They brought a coffee stand for the parents.
Oh, wow.
They had a fruit stand. And then they did like their cake was just a bunch of cupcakes like put together,
Oh wow.
but like it had one solid top so they could write on it.
And how did that make you feel?
Made me want to step up, but I was also like, they're very smart people. Like I think one's a doctor and one's an engineer. So I'm like, y'all are really good at logistics and planning.
Right.
And I'm more of a viber. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's what matters. Like, you know,
Thank you.
it's you can bring all the bells and whistles you want for a birthday party, but it's really about the vibes.
They had great vibes too. It was a great party. They probably beat us on vibes too.
Oh,
honestly.
damn.
Yeah. You know, it's the first time I connected with the other dads. Dude, connecting with the other parents has been socially challenging for me. It's put me in my head. It's put me like, it's brought up like old high school stuff that I thought I was like super past. But like, there'll be times where I'm like, how come none of these dads are talking to me? Like, am I not cool? And like, maybe I'm not, and that's okay. And I just got to work on it or accept. But at this venue, I like really connected with a lot of the dads. And I think we're all feeling the same and just needed some time to get comfortable with one another. But the other dads are cool.
It is like an interesting thing where you are thrust into a situation where you didn't choose to hang out with them.
No, and you see them every day, basically.
Yeah.
Like drop off and pick up, and then our kids go to the same soccer practices and stuff.
Are your kids starting to get friends where it's like, okay, their friends are these, so I have to be like
Yes.
buddy with these parents?
Yeah, and there's one dad who actually knows Strider. They used to work together. Who like, he's the best because he's like the social connector.
Yeah.
Like he can be like, hey dude, you're into this. Like, let's chat about that. And like, oh, this guy's into this. Actually, we're all going to get together and do something.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for those guys who are like the facilitators.
Yeah.
But then sometimes I will get jealous. If I see him talking to another dad for a while and we haven't really talked in a while, I'm like, so do you like Brian more than me?
Right. That's tough.
It is tough. But then I have to be like, yo, like I don't own him. He doesn't owe me anything. We're not exclusive. He can chat with other dads.
That's sick.
But it does hurt me a little bit to see you so happy with him.
Yeah.
Knowing that we were so happy just an hour ago talking about dance.
Damn, I'm sorry, man.
It's all right. It's life, bro. You love and you love. I'd rather love and take the hit than not love at all.
Hundo P.
What was the Fast and the Furious thing you went to?
Oh, dude,
yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that was so sick. So Jordana Brewster from the Fast and Furious franchise, who's a friend of the pod, and we're super tight with her husband, Mason, who's the man. They were really nice. They invited Strider to come to the 25th anniversary of the Fast and the Furious screening. And Strider extended the invite. Chad couldn't make it because he was in Scotland. And I cruised. And we dressed up, which we probably didn't have to do.
Really?
No. But then we got there and we weren't supposed to, but we had like cool passes that gave us access to things. And so we took advantage and we walked the red carpet. And Strider like owned it. Like Strider just like, he came over him fast and he was like, I'm just going to dominate this. And he went out there and he walked the red carpet with Tyrese.
Really?
Yeah. And like crushed it. It was like in the photos and stuff. And I was like, let's go. And then Strider walked off and I walked in and I think it was two factors. One, I did kind of like come in like with like not strong energy. I was kind of like, I don't think I belong out here. And I was the second one to go. Within 5 seconds, they were like, get out. And they yanked
Really?
me. Yeah. And Strider was like, post that video. And I'm like, I promise you I won't. But I posted the one of Strider crushing it. And then, we got to see Vin speak before the movie. Paul's daughter was there. And,
Howard Mason and Jordana.
we didn't see them then because they were like busy. She gave us a quick hug when she was coming down to the stage, which was really sweet. But they seemed great. We saw Jesse.
Jesse, yeah.
The man. You know what, dude, this is really cool and contradictory to what I was saying about medieval times. One of the coolest things about the Fast and the Furious was like, it was diverse before that was like a mandate.
Yeah.
So it felt very organic.
Yeah.
And like it was exotic as a result.
Yeah.
And it was justified too because it's like gangs from different subcultures and stuff.
Yeah.
But there's so many different kinds of beautiful. Everyone's beautiful in the movie. Like even the supporting, like Vince, all those guys are actually really good looking.
Yeah.
But they don't seem good looking because they're next to like Paul Walker and Rick Yoon, who are like the most beautiful people that ever lived.
Yeah.
But everyone's gorgeous and it's from like all over the world.
Yeah.
And then that did something where I don't think I've ever been in an audience that was as diverse as Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Like the 25th anniversary show, every old, young, white, Mexican, black, every Asian, every kind of person was there.
Yeah.
And I remember I saw Fast 5 in New York close to like right by Harlem. And it was like the most fucking raucous show I've ever been to.
Yeah.
And I think of any piece of popular media, is there anything that draws as diverse an audience as the Fast and Furious? I say nah.
No, I think you're spot on with that.
Maybe Michael Jackson in like the 80s, but I think since then, the grand unifier of all subsets of people is the Fast and Furious.
Dude, what do you think about Michelle Rodriguez trashing the latest movies? Do you see that?
Oh, she did?
Well, she's like, we need to bring it back. It's about the cars. It's not about going to space and shit. And then there were comments like, Michelle's gonna be KIA in the next movie.
I mean, I don't disagree with her. And she's supposed to be like the kind of sassy one of the bunch, right? Like the kind of shit stirrer.
Yeah.
I will say, dude, in that first one, she is electric.
Oh yeah.
Like,
so you
what energy?
rewatched the full movie?
Yeah, we rewatched the first one.
That's awesome.
It was sick. It's such a great movie.
How was the audience during it?
Oh, dude, laughing a lot.
Really?
Yeah, like a lot of like when Jesse comes back at the end after he blows it at Race Wars and he's like, Dom, I am so sorry.
Yeah.
The audience like cracked up laughing.
Really?
I think out of like love.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a great movie. And like it moves fast. Like Rob Cohen did a good job where like he'll do a lot of like crane shots and then like there'll just be people making out in the front of it, but it makes it sicker.
Yeah.
Like
yeah. I remember like they go like the rave, like the dance party, and you see the guy with his lights, just like little details like that. Where they really capture. That's one thing. One of my favorite thing in movies is when it has gritty LA, like when you're on the streets of LA, it's hot, the sun's shining, and you're like, it's urban, and I love when movies capture that. That's
great LA
my
movie.
Favorite thing. It's like that, like Heat. Collateral,
the best.
I love the feeling of I love LA.
And I think first Fast and Furious, like it goes to neighborhoods that I don't think you see as much, like Echo Park and stuff like that. Like there was I think the part where he shoots at the end when Paul shoots Rick Yoon off the bike.
Yeah.
Like I think that's right by Echoes Under Sunset. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Which
it is.
was a hipster mic that our military friend who hated hipsters would call egos under butt sex. Yeah. But I think that's where it happens right there. So it's cool, like the parts of LA that it showed off. Great movie.
That's cool.
And it was Strider's first night out in 2 months because he's just been on dad duty. He's deep in it.
He's deep. And we're gonna be at Venice West September 2nd. Yeah, we got two shows.
That's gonna be awesome.
2 shows in Venice. September 2nd. We're saving the summer.
Headlining tour dates in LA. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah. I'm pumped. Venice West. What up? Yeah, come out and see us. chatjt.com.
Should we run some bits and then do some calls?
Yeah. Do you know that the United Kingdom is an island?
No. How would it be united then?
Dude, another good question. Because here's the thing. I get there and they're like, oh, there's this, we got the sea on all sides, mate. And I'm like, what? They're like, this is an island. I'm like, no, we're in Europe. They're like, the UK is an island. And I'm like, no, the UK, no, Europe is old buildings and sexual freedom. It's not. If you guys are an island, why don't you say mahalo?
And then, like, how are you part of Europe, but you're an island?
It makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
I'm like, did the English Empire they're like, hey, we want water to kind of like raise the property value,
right?
So I think they just dug up.
It's like a man-made coastline.
It's a man-made coastline.
That makes sense. That's smart.
Yeah, because I'm like, dude, you guys don't have any palm trees. You guys don't have any luau's. You don't say mahalo.
Do you think like Europe did that after they lost the United States? They were like, oh, we don't have California anymore, so we should build our own coastline to kind of compensate.
100%. They're like, we just lost California. We just lost Hawaii.
Yeah. Sucks, dude. But you guys did a good job like finding it and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
And being the first ones here.
Oh yeah, props.
But we just got over it. Dude, speaking of Europe, I got a major ish, and this is coming straight from the gut. I know there's a reason for people to feel bad about where stuff is at, but I don't think there's a reason for all the doomerism talk. Like, doomerism is when you're like, things are bad and they're just going to get worse. Basically being like, we're all screwed, which, okay, that could always be the case, especially if you think that. And I think a lot of people use doomerism to just help themselves. Like, I think politicians will be like, the world sucks and it's this guy's fault. And that's how they get elected. Or AI guys will be like, our technology is so powerful, it's going to take all of your jobs, which actually makes their technology seem more enticing to invest in. Or like the news will be like, everything's really bad and we just gobble it up. Comedians are the worst doomers. We'll get massive clicks if we say shit sucks and people will be like, oh, you're so based. Which is crazy. Like, if you're negative, you're based. If you're positive, you got your head up your ass.
Yeah.
Where's that come from? I don't understand that at all.
That's like the opposite.
Yeah. It's like, well, I think whoever does the research should get to make that distinction.
Yeah.
And here's my thing, dude. I was doing some research into doomerism. Do you know how often doomers are wrong? All the time. Like, the dude who created Earth Day, he said the world would be over by like 2000 because of like massive overpopulation and famine. Negative. Severe food insecurity has actually come down.
Wow.
All the Pope Innocent III said by like 1284 the world would be over because radical Islam would take over the whole thing. We're still having that argument, but guess what? The world's still here. And then I found this German astronomer named Stoffler who said a great flood was going to cover all of Europe. And the German homies started freaking out. They all started making plans to get boats on the Rhine. And then 150 people died, ended up stacking onto a boat for a flood that never came. It's just a little drizzle. And I'm sure the boat people made out like bandits, never gave the money back for the flood that didn't come. So I'm not saying like, hey, shit's not bad or we shouldn't work on stuff, but you got to think it can get better or it won't. And if someone's telling you it sucks, I'll be like, why are you saying that? Because you want me to think you're sick? I don't think you're sick because you say it sucks. You know, it would be sick if you gave me a solution. That would be sick. But if you're just telling me shit sucks, I can do that myself. You're not really helping me much.
It's the easiest thing to do in the world. And people have been saying it forever.
And it's the easiest thing in the world.
They just keep, and they're like, and you call them out and be like, hey, dude, I thought you said that, I thought you said Miami was going to be underwater by now. Well, it's 15 years from now. Oh, so you just keep pushing back the date?
Exactly.
That's what they do. They just push back the dates.
Well, they're trying to scare you into action, but like also if it doesn't happen now, you've lost credibility, dog.
Yeah.
So like, I'm not saying, that we shouldn't try to keep Miami out of the water. That seems like a worthwhile endeavor, but like maybe we could all just be like, hey, I'm not sure, but shit looks a little gnarly. So maybe we should take some preventative measures, but like, don't always be coming at me saying, it's the worst and it's only going to get worse. Like, I still got to operate with some level of stoke, dude. Because I can't make stuff better if I'm not stoked.
No.
So you're not sick for saying shit sucks, but I am stoked if you have solutions.
Dude, I think that's perfect. I think that's something everyone needs to hear right now. Because that's what everyone's saying all the time. Every people are like, it's all going belly up. It's like, yeah, well,
And has been.
yeah,
We all die, bro.
yeah.
Like,
We're all doomed.
correct.
So why not have fun while we're here?
Yeah, you're not breaking a news story. Like when people are like, we're all doomed. I'm like, yeah, you were always.
Yeah.
And nothing was ever going to fix that. You are doomed. But that doesn't mean it has to suck.
Great point, dude.
I got a little something on this. So this was actually going to be my babe of the week, but I recently discovered the I'm not interested button on Instagram.
Whoa.
So I was going down this loop. Instagram these days is about 50% of stuff you don't even follow, right? Like they're just sending you a whole bunch of shit. And for a while, it would really drag me in because, like you said, JT, there's like the fear factor, or like they can really get you going. They can make you feel certain ways about certain politics or certain ways
Play
of
on your
life.
emotions.
Right. So all of a sudden, my whole feed was that. And I was like, why? And I found out it was because I was like dragging myself into this algorithm. But there's a fix. You click on the top 3 buttons in the top right. You click, I am not interested in this. All of a sudden, you go back to positive. You start getting stuff about, motivation, stuff to feel good again. And it's like, that's what I want. I'm not interested in your fucking evil doomerism. I'm just trying to feel good.
Yeah, I got stuck in an algo loop where these videos would be like, you're going to become a millionaire tomorrow. Send this to yourself to claim it. And I'm like, well, obviously I got to send this to myself. So then my whole algo just became, hey, you're going to be a millionaire tomorrow. Send this to yourself. Hey, you have extreme good luck coming. Send this to yourself to claim it. If you don't send it to yourself, you're going to get bad luck. And my whole thing, so my whole Instagram experience was just sending shit to myself because I was like, well, I don't want bad luck and I want to be a millionaire.
So you were almost on the other side of it.
Yeah. It was like so positive, but they're like, you better engage or else it's going to become negative. Which is a reverse psychology kind of doomerism.
Dude, yes. You're trapped in like toxic positivity.
Yeah.
And then if it doesn't come true, then you don't believe in positivity anymore.
Dude, and I was like, who's making these? Like, who knows this shit about me?
They're going to hook you with what gets you.
Yeah. I'm like, who is this person that is like making all these wild claims? Like, what? Like, who are, like, I want to meet the sorcerer behind these posts,
Who is that?
That's
a really good question.
I want to meet him because I'm like, how do you have all this power?
And where's my money?
Yeah, and also you can't click the I'm not interested button on that stuff, right? Like if you say you're not interested in making $1 million, they might just put you in some other bullshit.
I know. And so I reset my algorithm. Now it's just fart videos. It's all fart videos, which is a pretty fun algo.
And that's true. It's real.
I do.
Farts are real.
I do like fart videos.
Of course. Farts, because you're not lying to me and you're not, say what you will. Propaganda has never been disseminated through a fart.
No. It's just good old fashioned fun.
It's just good old fashioned fun. You can't corrupt it.
Okay.
Until some tech lord comes up with an app where you record your farts and it gives you a score on your flatulence and tells you what's wrong with them.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, dude, I had like 4 bad toots today. I'm just not feeling like myself. I think I got to boost my fiber and have 3 trays of raspberries for lunch.
Dude. That is like, the doomerism is a great bit though, because it's so true.
Oh, yeah.
It's,
It drives me nutty. Comedians are the worst about it. And I love Bo Burnham. I'm not blaming Bo Burnham. That was his whole thing was genius. He's like the king. Like some people should do it, but it's just too much. I am blaming you, Bo Burnham. It's your fault.
dude, one thing I like about Scotland is, do you know the golden retriever is native to Scotland?
Whoa.
Everyone has a golden retriever. But you know what I love more than the golden retriever is the 3-legged dog. You ever start feeling bad about yourself? You ever start getting down on yourself, or like feeling like, you get into a victim mentality? Why me? Why this? Why that? Why is it cloudy today? Why did I dry this shirt and now it's shrunk? Why do I have like a weird shooting pain in my shaft? Then you see a 3-legged dog. There's zero insecurity.
No.
Pure stoke. You see a 3-legged dog and you're like, dude, what's it like having 3 legs? They're like, what are you talking about?
They don't even know there's been a change.
They don't. They're like, dude, I'm here and I'm loving it.
Yeah, they don't feel entitled to a certain amount of limbs.
Yeah, they don't walk around being like, hey, ever since, this thing, they're just like, dude, I exist and I am so freaking pumped.
That's awesome.
And that makes me so happy. I just love it. Anytime you feel down on yourself, watch a video of a 3-legged dog and be like, you know what? I'm going to decide not to feel bad about myself. I'm going to enjoy today right now. Because I think that's the noble choice. And the three-legged dog makes the noble choice every day. So, yeah.
Dude, I want to, like, slogans? Nah. Because the thing about a slogan is it can never capture the whole picture. Like, even right now, there's a movement, deflock, which is just citizens getting around saying, hey, we don't want to live in a surveillance state, even if it mitigates some crime or can, like, replace, you know, exorbitant funding for cops. Like, it's not worth it to have someone to be able to, like, geo-track our whole day without our consent. And when they did the Fourth Amendment, they weren't ready for this level of invasion of privacy. And all right, that's a great conversation and get on it. Like, let's start working to make it better. But they've called the movement deflock because the primary vendor is Flock, and they're the ones that have set up cameras all over the country. So everyone's getting on Flock. And a lot of these cities are feeling pressure. Like 50 of them have already broken their contracts. And so, yeah, good on you, people. You're making movement. Here's the ish, dude. All anybody's talking about is Flock. A lot of these cities are just replacing it with Axon.
What's that?
It's just another camera company, and theirs are more discreet because they can just put them in the traffic lights rather than having to build their own pole. So, I know this doesn't sound as catchy, and it might not get as much momentum as deflock, but what we should be saying is DALPR, because that's the technology. But if I say that, no one's going to do shit because it's not like buzzy or slogany. So, like, our need for slogans is kind of, it'd be like if we were like, oh, UFC, MMA is too gnarly. We need to unsee UFC. But there's other MMA companies that are doing it. MMA is what it is. It's not UFC. That's a brand of the thing. So, like, it's not D-Flock, it's D-ALPR. So maybe make that catchy, someone who's clever. But I don't like, this is why I'm opposed to cleverness. Cleverness is sugar on the pill, but it's taking up space where there should be more pill.
Good call, dude. And yeah, you're right about DALPR because, you know, as soon as you say that, I think about APR financing, which I am a fan of.
Okay, so it has a positive connotation.
Yeah. But then you say D, so then I'm like, wait a second.
Shit.
I want some APR financing. But then you say, like, you know, it's like find someone who can, you know, find, let's get John Hamm on it to, like, figure out how to say it.
And then, dude, being, like, conspiratorial, is anybody checking if, like, is Axon the one paying everyone to hate Flock? Total speculation.
Dude.
Just throwing conspiracy theories out there, but I know we're in an era right now where we're all crime stoppers. Did you solve the Clancy murder yet?
I'm close.
All right, stay on it.
Yeah, I'm actually looking through some Flock footage right now.
You can do that.
You know what still captures my attention is the Idaho 4 murders. Crazy.
Have you solved that one yet?
I have my theories. I've actually become like an internet sleuth. So I'm digging into Koberger.
Yeah, we got to free Koberger. He didn't do it. We got to free him. There's a lot of suspicious stuff. I'm really in the rabbit hole of just solving murders, you know, from home, and like, got to get Clancy out of there. Got to get Tyler Robinson out of there. Got to get Koberger out of there.
Dude.
No one arrested has ever been guilty.
Yeah.
That's what we've learned. And so I got to get all these people free because there's a lot of weirdos around them.
Dude, that would be a really funny 180 if you just put up a post of Koberger's mugshot and you're like, wow, we got a free Koberger.
We got to get him out. Yeah, dude, the case does not add up. Yeah, there's some weird stuff.
Free Koberger.
One of his shoelaces went missing when they were filing evidence. Who would be responsible for that?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like it's dead to rights that it's him, but he's just trying to get off on like technicalities now. He's like appealing it because they did the process
Dude,
wrong.
you
And
can't
it's like,
say
no, you killed these
you
people.
don't know the details of the case, dude. He's innocent.
Mm-hmm.
They're all innocent, dude. No one's ever done a murder and actually been caught. That's
Exactly.
because they're all the Illuminati cabal. They control who gets arrested for everything.
So true.
And like the husband is weird. His eyes are weird. I know he did the murder.
Which husband?
All of them. Every husband of a woman who's ever murdered someone is weird and did the murder. And their eyes are weird. And they loved another woman. Guilty. Was that too heavy-handed?
No,
Okay.
it's perfect.
I just think it's funny because I see everyone on the internet's like, this is what's really going on with this murder. I'm like, bro.
I know
Like,
it's insane.
I'm like, we're so like narratively overexposed. Like we've all read so many stories and seen so many movies that we like can never expect or like accept that it was like the straightforward version. And we're also suspicious of like any power that we're like, no, it was actually this person and this person's being prosecuted for these
Yeah, if there was
bad reasons.
even if there was like video footage of him like in the house, you'd be like, doesn't add up.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that the eagle that passed away in Big Bear?
What?
Have you guys been on that at all? or
No.
No.
Okay, so there's like famous eagles in Big Bear, right? That have been in the same nest and they've had a camera up there and like people watch them all day long, right? The same eagles for like 5 years and they've like reproduced 10 babies or so, right? Well, the mom got injured and got into a fight, right? And so the rescue people went out there and captured her and brought her back in and like tried to save her life. But the whole time, people on the internet were just watching the cameras and being like, oh, the dad's it's infidelity. He's like going to find other eagles and like fucking them and shit. And like came up with this whole like story about the eagles and like
About the Eagles?
yeah, about their love life and like how
Whoa.
and like how he was being unfaithful to the other eagle. And I'm like, this is nature, like it's mating season. Like he's gonna find somebody. And you should see these Facebook threads. It's like 6,000 comments from like moms across the country that are like, this is just a normal male. This is fucked up. It's like, bro, these are eagles, dog.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Dude, also like, this is coming up now because like the Brad Pitt stuff. Like, I feel the same way about him that I do about the eagle. It's just none of my business. Like, do I want Brad Pitt babysitting my kids? Maybe not. Like, do I want this eagle dating my daughter? Probably not. But that's not in play. So, like, go live your lives. Like, there's got to be someone closer to you that's adjudicating this situation. Like, the eagle's wife can handle it. I'm not, or like his brother or something. I'm not an authority on like how you should live your life, eagle.
It's wild too. It's like, since it's live stream, he'd be like, caw or something, you know, he'd give a nice roar and people in the chat section would be like, he's looking for, oh my God, he's looking for her.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, maybe that could be true, but he's also just in the fucking wild,
Dude,
bro.
honestly, it sounded to me like he was mansplaining to her why she got lost.
Yo, what up?
Oh.
Just a quick question. If you could customize the songs or pick the songs that a drummer boy would play in a civil war, like implement like fucking Thunderstruck played by a drummer boy, or they're carrying a jukebox for their crew to march on to war with, what did you guys pick? I'd probably pick Cold as Ice or like fucking maybe something from Pitbull. Confuse the hell out of them, or like maybe even like go very left field, play some hardcore dubstep, just compopulate their ears. Yeah, what would you guys pick? Later.
Dude, I think it's a good cue. I think if I were trying to pump up my boys to go into war and battle, I'd play Michelle Branch.
She's been everywhere.
'Cause you're everywhere
Where to me, and when I close my eyes, it's you I see.
You're everything I know that makes me believe I'm not alone. Whoa, whoa. I'm not alone. And then you start firing the 50 cal.
Dude, I'll hit him with the triple of 3 Days Grace, Animal, Rage Against the Machine, Killing in the Name of, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Can't Stop.
Oh, dude. Have you heard Can't Stop from like the other side? They're coming at you.
Can't stop, addicted to the shindig.
Dude. You saw just a line of troops coming. Fuck.
What up? This is Colton from San Diego. Got a quick cue for the pod. So essentially, I've been wearing Vans for like my whole life, basically. And for the past years, it's really just been the white slip-on Vans every day. I really only own like 3 pairs of shoes. I got flip-flops when I'm surfing, running shoes, and then my Vans. But I've been wondering if I should transition into a different shoe, really just for like work and for date nights with the Dank GF. I'm 25. I've been in my job for a couple years. I've always thought of myself as like more entry level, kind of newer into my career, but I'm pretty hopeful for this new job right now. And I know they want to hire a professional. And I'm wondering if I should replace the white Vans with more of a dressier shoe. I think loafers look kind of cool. I don't really even know what other shoes there are besides Vans, to be honest. But if I should do that, or if I should stay true to who I am with the Vans. You know, it's a big part of who I am. I love my white Vans. Should I stay true to that, you know, rock some slacks and, you know, a nice fitted dress shirt, or would that look whack with the Vans and I should try to graduate to something else? But yeah, appreciate it. Love the pod, love you guys, and I appreciate the advice. Peace.
You know, dude, I think this guy, what was his name again?
Colton.
You know, I think for Colton, this is a moment. This is a moment in every man's life when corporate America asks you to take off your Vans. And Colton, you are in the midst of a spiritual battle here. Don't misunderstand where you're at, brother. You're being asked an important question. Do you stay core? Or do you jerk off the man? So I say keep those Vans on. If they don't want you, you're too core for them. Do not put on some Ferragamos. If you do that, you're starting down a road that you don't want to go down. That leads to Men's Warehouse. And what, do you even have a soul after that? I don't know. What do you think?
I could never deign to answer a question so profound, so personal. Colton, I can only encourage you to reflect on this with the seriousness it deserves. I can tell you're exploring your feelings, the compromises you may have to give into to live the life you want. But I would say there's some choices you don't get a second chance. So really, take a couple months. Go away from home. Go somewhere disconnected from everything you've known. And in that silence, in that profound independence, decide. But I can't say it for you, dude.
If you need advice, these guys